Eddie, you said yesterday that you'd need a bit of luck coming here tonight. You obviously didn't get that with the two deflected goals. How do you assess the whole performance as well?
Yeah, of course the goals are difficult to take. I think especially the first one, which was a big deflection and it flies into the top corner. I don't know really what to say to that. That's the football gods working against us today in that respect. I thought the lads gave everything today. But very, very difficult to play Manchester City at any time. But when they're in that kind of mood and they pick those kind of players, you know, their technical base, you know, that their aim was to keep possession and make it difficult for us. We're trying to unsettle their rhythm and win the ball back high. It's a really delicate game between both ways, and I thought we did okay. I thought we stuck at it. I thought we did unsettle them at times. They went quite direct into Haaland, so that was an interesting part of the game. But I think ultimately when we did get into the final third, we did have the opportunities to hurt them. Our quality wasn't there, and that's probably the big disappointment looking back now.
It's very unusual for you to go with a back three or back five, so a big change for you there. How do you think players dealt with that, and do you feel, looking back now, it was the right decision?
Well, we tried to just give them a different problem. We've played against them a lot this season already, and we tried to be creative with our team selection today, always with an eye of both phases of defending and attacking. We felt possibly two strikers could give us a better platform to attack, and I do think there were high points within that. I don't think it was all negative. Alex's chance is a big moment in the game, which we are unfortunate not to take, but overall we weren't good enough. They were better than us. I thought technically they were superb today.
And it was always going to be a very difficult task to go through to the next round and keep the cup dream alive. But how was the overall feeling within the dressing room, knowing that that's another year without some silverware at the football club?
Yeah, it is, but I don't think we can feel sorry for ourselves or have that kind of emotion. It's happened. This season could have ended up very different. It seems on the big moments have just gone against us, but we have to take responsibility for that. But we will come back. I think probably the 2-week breaks come at a good time for us to let this result sink in and then focus on our last 10 games in the Premier League.
Okay, lead rider then, Chris Woff.
Eddie, you're obviously flying off to Dubai now. What sort of things will you be doing there, and what sort of things will you be focusing on that obviously you didn't see this evening?
Well, I think as always there'll be a period of relaxation for the players after a very busy period. We've got some injuries to try and get players fit for our next game, and then there'll be a period of work where we'll analyse today's game and then pick the pieces up and work on. I don't know at this moment what that will be, but of course looking ahead to our next opponent, we'll get some good work in, we'll get some fitness work in, and we'll come back stronger for it.
And obviously playing five at the back, do you think you'll be doing that again moving forward, or was that just a one-off?
Well, as I said, I wanted to change things around for this game. I think that was in my mind as soon as the draw was made. I thought there were some positives to take from it, so it's not something I'd rule out again. And I've always say all systems are open to me. I'm never closed off if I think there's a better solution. But also I want the players to play the game in a framework that they know and they understand and they can deliver. So we'll wait and see.
And I know it was Manchester City and their quality, but two shots, one shot on target and two shots overall. I mean, I know you'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you want to be a bigger attacking threat than that in the game. I do think there were moments for us there where we didn't end up shooting, but we were looking or had the ball in threatening positions. Probably highlighted by a counter-attack with Miggy and Alex towards the end. But certainly those numbers aren't good enough, and it's not a reflection on where we've been from an attacking sense this season. We've scored a lot of goals, so we know we're capable.
Okay, Chris Woff, and then we'll go to Scott Wilson at the front.
Hi Eddie, obviously no Tino Livramento in the side today. What is his issue? How serious is it? And when did you know he wasn't going to be involved?
It was a twist of the ankle against Chelsea. Knew probably the day after the game that he wasn't going to make this weekend.
How serious is this?
Yeah, I don't think it's serious. We hope he'll be back for the next match.
In terms of the players today, you made a quadruple substitution. Were any of those fitness related?
I don't think so.
Okay, Scott. Just with the microphone. Sorry, Scott. Thank you.
Eddie, there's obviously still kind of European qualification to play for in the rest of this season. But is the remainder of this season one of the most important things now going to be just to kind of generate a little bit more positivity, just in terms of the general mood around the place, really? Because it does feel like it's been a tough run, really, ever since kind of the Champions League ended.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we have a responsibility in these final 10 games to build. Of course, we'll have our targets for this season, but we're always building for the future and to make sure that we're the most competitive team we can be. There'll be no negativity from me or from the players. We know the importance of representing the club well in every single game, in every single moment. I still feel we have a huge amount to play for.
I know, just on the back of that then, you've mentioned this before, but any kind of European qualification would still be very, very important, wouldn't it, in what's left, whether it be Conference League, Europa League, 8th, 7th, whatever. Obviously, a lot of that's still to be decided. But
yeah, absolutely, and that's our aim. That's why I say there's a huge amount to play for. If people say our season's over, and that's absolute nonsense as far as I'm concerned. We're driving forward to try and get our best form back first and foremost, to try and win as many games as we can, finish the season in a positive way, because well, no doubt we'll take that feeling into next year as well. I do feel we have a lot to be positive about, but we also have a lot to analyse and reflect on and try and improve.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.